Hello everybody. Today we're gonna see the game between Arjun Ergaisi and Fabiano Caruana in the Checkmate USA versus India. Little spoiler, the USA won with 5-0, and the Team USA was Fabiano Caruana, Hikaru Nakamura, Gautam Chess, and two other people. But we're gonna see the best game of the tournament from Fabiano versus Arjun. He won in the 10-minute game. So the first game he played, he immediately won. So let's dive right in. He opened the game with c3, a bit of a weird move, but just trying to solidify for the center in the future. Normally you want to play c4, but Arjun immediately grabbed the center, but that was Fabiano's plan, so now he could strike. He trades and plays this move, so it's kind of an exchange Skaro-Khan, but with a reverse collar. Develops the knight, solidifies the center, the bishop comes out. So now it's kinda at your buff for London, but without the c-pawn. He doesn't want to take, because then he ups the black queen develop, so he retreats. So if you take, you can just take back with the pawn and your rook will be open, which will be very annoying for black. So he develops the knight, saying you can take at any time, I don't mind. Now he closes the pyramid. It's kind of a half pyramid because this pawn is gone. Now the knight comes out, wants to take the bishop and get the bishop pair, but Fabiano just develops and Arjun takes and says, now I have the bishop pair, but Caruana says, but I have the open file, I have more developed pieces, so go ahead and try to beat me. He plays this move. I didn't really understand this move. I would have just developed the knight or the bishop first to here maybe, but he plays this move. Now you can just develop the knight. This knight will get developed, blocking the bishop, but it will move and then the bishop can come out. The queen comes up, pinning this pawn to the king. And now Fabiano castles queenside. Nice move, getting the rook active. Maybe you want to play with your pawns in the future. The knight comes here, looking for this square. Just king b1, a safe move. And now the bishop comes out, pinning the knight to the rook. The queen comes here, making kind of a battery, so this move will never be possible. And also the knight jump, because now you have three pieces looking at it. And Arjun also goes queenside. Wasn't the best move. The best move was maybe just bringing the rook to the center and castling this side, even though it is walking right in the open H file, but the computer isn't afraid. But this is a much more human move, castling long. Now he plays rook e1, unpinning himself so he can move the knight. Arjun also just makes a steady move, just like Fabiano, just getting his king to safety. I see now that the clocks aren't working. That's kind of a glitch of chess.com, but it doesn't really matter, because the game wasn't decided on time, but on the board. And now we see the knight retreating because the rook went away. Maybe we now have ideas to kick away the bishop, strike for the center, protected by all the pieces. So if you kick it, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. So that would be a very nice break. So the bishop retreats, so this doesn't come with a tempo. And now the knight comes here, looking for this square. And now he goes h5, trying to maybe go here and open up his rook. Fabiano just makes a slow move, maybe rerouting the knight or getting a loft for his king. So the rook slides to the f file, maybe preparing this move. The knight goes outside, so now he really wants to get his knight in over here. So Arjun says, no, you're not allowed. And Fabiano moves back. And this was a very nice advantage for Arjun if he found the move c5. It is kind of natural because after take you have these very strong pawns, threatening a fork and just controlling a lot of space. But on the other side, you give the b5 square away, and your king is kind of weak. So I guess that's why he didn't play the move. And he went for the queen over here, so maybe trying to play g4, g5, attacking. But now, nice move, swinging over the queen, threatening this move. So now the queen has to leave. And now the rook comes here to the semi-open file and will put pressure to this pawn. The bishop attacks the queen moves, the bishop moves back. And you don't want to take the other one, you want to get taken. So you get your queen more active, not your opponent. So Fabi unpins, takes. Now the knight comes here threatening the fork, but of course he sees it, defends the pawn. Rook comes, queen goes back. Now this move to open up the rooks and defend the pawn, so your rook can move. h4, aggressive move of Arjun, but kinda nice. Now this knight moves back, maybe trying to reroute, and this is pretty crazy of Caruana. His knights would just develop nicely, and he puts one knight back, then the other knight back, and then even further back to protect these pawns if he wants to kick it out. This move is a bad move. The computer doesn't think so, but it severely weakens these squares, so one day a knight will get there, which will be very nice for white. We see immediately Fabi bringing his knight back. After this move he plays this, so now when he plays, it is really nicely defended. The knight moves back because he says, but I also have this square. But this knight defends it. Rook comes up, queen moves over, both misses, but not really anything. Here he should have again played this move c5, but yeah, it's kind of, you don't really know if it's good because so much can happen. You can take, don't have to take. Will he trade queens? Is that a good endgame? Will he also trade the rooks? So he just pops the knight in the center, take, and now nice move b4, takes, and b4 again. h4, the queen just retreats home, having just a nice time with the king to get home. You may fill in what they're doing. So takes, knight takes, queen moves. Maybe looking for this or trying to get out this way. Rook comes up, defending the pawn. King moves more active, and now here we see this very nice knight. And after take, these pawns are just so strong. Once they're rolling, no one's gonna stop them. Moving here, and we see this very nice reroute because the queen wasn't doing anything over here, and via this it just puts pressure and it's maybe ready to swing over, get active, or defend the pawn while we're pushing it. And also it was just hard for black to make a move. He maybe chose the wrong plan. Should have maybe played rook g7, the computer says. I don't really know the difference. And after this move should have played rook g2, looking for some counterplay maybe, also with this rook coming. But yeah, and stopping the queen to come out. But instead Arjun doesn't go for that line. He goes for this, gambiting a pawn kinda, but if you take it, there's just this move f5, and if you take this one, you shouldn't push. You have this, of course, shattering and just getting it. So that's why he goes back to defend the pawn. Queen moves up, defending this pawn, so this is threatened. And there you see the pawns are going. He tries to go for counterplay by sacrificing these pawns, getting the rooks active, but it doesn't matter. And of course, in a normal position, Arjun would have resigned because he's down 2 rooks, but the event has got checkmate because they have to play till checkmate is on the board, and we will see Fabi doing that. very quickly. So this was the first game, so this was very nice. And all the other people got some chess, and Nicaro also won. So thank you for watching.